Welcome to Brain or Luck. This is a 100-question space science challenge. Keep your score from launch to deep space. Planets, missions, galaxies, and strange worlds. Brain or luck. Start close to home. Planets, the sun, and the rules of our neighborhood. Use the NASA visual and clue. The is the star at the center of the solar system. Correct. Sun. The sun is the star at the center of the solar system. Which answer completes this space fact? Is the closest planet to the sun? Correct. Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. True or false? Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. True. Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Is the only planet currently known to have life? Correct. Earth. Earth is the only planet currently known to have life. Use the NASA visual and clue. The moon is natural satellite. Correct. Earth. The moon is Earth's natural satellite. Which answer completes this space fact? Is often called the red planet. Correct. Mars. Mars is often called the red planet. True or false? Saturn is the largest planet in the solar system. False. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. Use the NASA visual and clue. Is famous for its large and recognizable ring system. Correct. Saturn. Saturn is for its large and recognizable ring system. Quick reset. Small facts become much easier when you picture where each world sits in the solar system. Which answer completes this space fact? Is the farthest planet from the sun among the 8 planets? Correct. Neptune. Neptune is the farthest planet from the sun among the 8 planets. No choices.
And completes this fact.
Pluto is currently classified as a correct. Dwarf planet. Pluto is currently classified as a dwarf planet. Use the NASA visual and clue. A solar eclipse happens when blocks the sun as seen from Earth. Correct. The moon. A solar eclipse happens when the moon blocks the sun as seen from Earth. Which answer completes this space fact? The Mars surface has rocks, dust, craters, and ancient terrain. Correct. Red. The Mars surface has rocks, red dust, craters, and ancient terrain. True or false? Aurora is skylight caused by solar particles interacting with the atmosphere and magnetic field. True. Aurora is skylight caused by solar particles interacting with the atmosphere and magnetic field. No choices. What answer completes this fact? A solar flare is a powerful release of energy on. Correct. The sun. A solar flare is a powerful release of energy on the sun. Use the NASA visual and clue. Is famous for its extreme axial tilt. Correct. Uranus. Uranus is famous for its extreme axial tilt. Which answer completes this space fact? The asteroid belt lies mainly between. Correct. Mars and Jupiter. The asteroid belt lies mainly between Mars and Jupiter. Quick reset. Small facts become much easier when you picture where each world sits in the solar system. True or false? The solar wind is a stream of charged particles from the sun. True. The solar wind is a stream of charged particles from the sun. Use the NASA visual and clue. Moon phases are changes in the moon we see. Correct. Illuminated portion. Moon phases are changes in the illuminated portion of the moon we see. Now the tricky stuff: moons, dwarf planets, and asteroids. Which answer completes this space fact? Europa is a moon of. Correct. Jupiter. Europa is a moon of Jupiter. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Titan's largest moon. Correct. Saturn. Titan is Saturn's largest moon. Use the NASA visual and clue. Bennu is an. Correct. Asteroid. Bennu is an asteroid. Which answer completes this space fact? An asteroid is a small rocky body orbiting. Correct. The Sun. An asteroid is a small rocky body orbiting the Sun. True or false? A comet is an icy body that can form a tail near the Sun. True. A comet is an icy body that can form a tail near the Sun. No choices. What answer completes this fact?
Ceres is a dwarf planet in the... Correct. Asteroid belt.
Ceres is a dwarf planet in the asteroid belt. If your score is still alive, subscribe to Brain or Luck before the next cosmic jump. Use the NASA visual and clue. Is the largest moon in the solar system? Correct. Ganymede. Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system. Which answer completes this space fact? Enceladus is a moon. Correct. Saturn.
Enceladus is a moon of Saturn.
True or false? Voyager 1 was launched in 1970. True. Voyager 1 was launched in 1977. Use the NASA visual and clue. Is famous for visiting multiple outer planets. Correct. Voyager 2. Voyager 2 is famous for visiting multiple outer planets. Which answer completes this space fact? New Horizons flew by in 2015. Correct. Pluto. New Horizons flew by Pluto in 2015. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Halley's Comet has an orbital period of. Correct. About 76 years. Halley's Comet has an orbital period of about 76 years. Tiny worlds can hold giant clues. Ice, craters, rings, and orbits all a story. Use the NASA visual and clue. Is the streak of light from small material and... Correct. Atmosphere. A meteor is the streak of light from small material entering an atmosphere. Which answer completes this space fact? Phobos is one of two net... Correct. Mars. Phobos is of Mars' two natural moons.
True or false? Deimos is a small natural moon of Mars.
True?
Deimos is a small natural moon of Mars.
No choices. What answer completes this fact? The Great Red Spot is a giant storm on... Correct. Jupiter. The Great Red Spot is a giant storm on Jupiter. Use the NASA visual and clue. The Kuiper Belt is a distant region beyond with many icy bodies. Correct. Neptune. The Kuiper Belt is a distant region beyond Neptune with many icy bodies. Which answer completes this space fact? The Oort cloud is a very distant hypothetical region of icy comet-like bodies. Correct. Comets. The Oort cloud is a very distant hypothetical region of icy comet-like bodies. True or false? Eris is a dwarf planet in the distant outer solar system. True. Eris is a dwarf planet in the distant outer solar system. Use the NASA visual and clue. Make is a dwarf planet. Correct, Kuiper Belt. Make is a dwarf planet in the Kuiper Belt. Which answer completes this space fact? Haumea is a dwarf planet known for its unusual. Correct, elongated shape. Haumea is a dwarf planet known for its unusual elongated shape. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Vesta is one of the large bodies in the belt. Correct, asteroid. Vesta is one of the large bodies in the asteroid belt. Rovers, probes, telescopes, and human spaceflight. Keep your score honest. Use the NASA visual and clue. Was the first mission to land humans on the moon in 1969. Correct, Apollo 11. Apollo 11 was the first mission to land humans on the moon in 1969. Which answer completes this space fact? Perseverance is a rover operating on. Correct, Mars. Perseverance is a rover operating on Mars. True or false, is a rover operating on Mars? True.
Curiosity is a rover operating on Mars.
No choices. What answer completes this fact? The Cassini spacecraft is famous for studying. Correct, Saturn. The Cassini spacecraft is famous for studying Saturn. Spacecraft names are memory anchors. Match the mission to its target and half the quiz gets easier. Use the NASA visual and clue. The International Space Station orbits. Correct, Earth. The International Space Station orbits Earth. Which answer completes this space fact? Artemis is NASA's program aimed at returning humans to. Correct, the Moon. Artemis is NASA's program aimed at returning humans to the Moon. True or false, Ingenuity was an experimental helicopter that flew on Mars. True. Ingenuity was an experimental helicopter that flew on Mars. Use the NASA visual and clue. Juno is an SI spacecraft studying from Correct, Jupiter. Juno is a NASA spacecraft studying Jupiter from polar orbit. Which answer completes this space fact? Parker Solar Probe flies very close to study the corona and solar wind. Correct, the Sun. Parker Solar Probe flies very close to the Sun to study the corona and solar wind. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Perseverance landed in on Mars. Correct, Jezero Crater.
Perseverance landed in Jezero Crater on Mars.
Use the NASA visual, landed in on Mars. Correct, Gale Crater.
Curiosity landed in Gale Crater on Mars.
Which answer completes this space fact? OSIRIS-REx collected a sample from asteroid. Correct, Bennu.
OSIRIS-REx collected a sample from asteroid Bennu.
True or false, Apollo was NASA's historic programs that sent humans to the moon. True. Apollo was NASA's historic program that sent humans to the moon. No choices. What answer completes this fact? The Space Shuttle was NASA's reusable spacecraft system. Correct. Be reused. The Space Shuttle was NASA's reusable spacecraft system. Use the NASA visual and clue. Orion is the crew spacecraft for the program. Correct. Artemis. Orion is the crew spacecraft for the Artemis program. Which answer completes this space fact? Spirit was a NASA rover that operated on. Correct. Mars. Spirit was a NASA rover that operated on Mars. True or false? Opportunity was a NASA rover that operated for a long time on Mars. True. Opportunity was a NASA rover that operated for a long time on Mars. Use the NASA visual and clue was a NASA spacecraft that studied and its moons. Correct. Jupiter. Galileo was a NASA spacecraft that studied Jupiter and its moon. Spacecraft names are memory anchors. Match the mission to its target and half the quiz gets easier. Which answer completes this space fact? Apollo 13 was a moon mission famous for an accident and safe crew return. Correct. Mission accident. Apollo 13 was a moon mission famous for an accident and safe crew return. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Mercury was NASA's.
Correct. First human spaceflight program.
Mercury was NASA's first human spaceflight program. Use the NASA visual and clue. Gemini helped NASA practice skills needed for, such as spacewalks and docking. Correct. Apollo. Gemini helped NASA practice skills needed for Apollo, such as spacewalks and docking. Which answer completes this space fact? Skylab was the first United States. Correct. Space station. Skylab was the first United States space station. Galaxies, nebulae, black holes, and cosmic scales. This round gets bigger fast. True or false? The solar system is in the Andromeda Galaxy. False. The solar system is in the Milky Way. What answer completes this fact? The Andromeda is a galaxy. Correct. Galaxy. The Andromeda Galaxy is a galaxy. Use the NASA visual and clue. The Hubble Space Telescope was launched in. Correct. 1990. The Hubble Space Telescope was launched in 1990. Which answer completes this space fact? The Eagle Nebula is famous for the region. Correct. Pillars of Creation. The Eagle Nebula is famous for the Pillars of Creation region. True or false? The Lagoon Nebula is a prominent star-forming region in the Milky Way. True. The Lagoon Nebula is a prominent star-forming region in the Milky Way. Use the NASA visual and clue. The Orion is a famous nebula associated with star formation. Correct. Nebula. The Orion Nebula is a famous nebula associated with star formation. If your score is still alive, subscribe to Brain or Luck before the next cosmic jump. Which answer completes this space fact? The Crab Nebula is a remnant. Correct. Supernova. The Crab Nebula is a supernova remnant. No choices. What answer completes this fact? The Carina is a prominent nebula in telescope imagery. Correct. Nebula. The Carina Nebula is a prominent nebula in telescope imagery. Use the NASA visual and clue. A has gravity so strong that light cannot Correct. Black hole. A black hole has gravity so strong that light cannot escape. Which answer completes this space fact? The James Webb Space Telescope is known for observations. Correct. Infrared. The James Webb Space Telescope is known for infrared observations. Deep space is a scale game. If the object sounds huge, ancient, or bright, slow down and use the category. True or false? Spitzer was NASA's infrared space telescope. True. Spitzer was NASA's infrared space telescope. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Chandra is NASA's X-ray observatory. Correct. X-rays. Chandra is NASA's X-ray observatory. Use the NASA visual and clue. A supernova is a very bright explosion marking the death of some... Correct. Star explosion. A supernova is a very bright explosion marking the death of some stars. Which answer completes this space fact? The sombrero is famous for a dark dust lane, giving it a hat-like look. Correct. Galaxy.
The sombrero Galaxies is famous for a dark dust lane, giving it a hat-like look.
True or false? The Cartwheel Galaxy has a striking Milky Way structure shaped by a galactic collision. False. The Cartwheel Galaxy has a striking ring structure shaped by a galactic collision. Use the NASA visual and clue. A is a hot sphere of gas that shines by nuclear fusion in its core. Correct. Star. A star is a hot sphere of gas that shines by nuclear fusion in its core. Which answer completes this space fact? A star cluster is a group of held near each other by gravity. Correct. Stars. A star cluster is a group of stars held near each other by gravity. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Polaris is commonly known as the... Correct. North Star. Polaris is commonly known as the North Star. Use the NASA visual and clue. In space. Correct. Gas and dust.
A nebula is a cloud of gas and dust in space.
Which answer completes this space fact? A galaxy is a huge system of gas, dust, and dark matter. Correct. Stars. A galaxy is a huge system of stars, gas, dust, and dark matter. True or false? An orbit is the path of an object around another object due to gravity. True. An orbit is the path of an object around another object due to gravity. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Gravity is the attraction between objects with. Correct. Mass. Gravity is the attraction between objects with mass. Deep space is a scale game. If the object sounds huge, ancient, or bright, slow down and use the category. Use the NASA visual and clue. A light year is the light travels in 1 year. Correct. Distance. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 year. Which answer completes this space fact? An astronomical unit is roughly the average Earth-Sun distance. Correct. Earth and Sun. An astronomical unit is roughly the average Earth-Sun distance. Last round. Strange worlds beyond our solar system. Brain, luck, or both? True or false? An exoplanet is a planet orbiting a star outside the solar system. True. An exoplanet is a planet orbiting a star outside the solar system. Use the NASA visual. Kepler 452b is an. Correct. Exoplanet. Kepler 452b is an exoplanet. Which answer completes this space fact? TRAPPIST-1 is famous for having. Correct. Multiple Earth-size exoplanets. TRAPPIST-1 is famous for having multiple Earth-size exoplanets. No choices. What answer completes this fact? Kepler was a NASA space telescope famous for finding. Correct. Exoplanets. Kepler was a NASA space telescope famous for finding exoplanets. Use the NASA visual and clue. TESS is a NASA mission searching for around bright nearby stars. Correct. Exoplanets. TESS is a NASA mission searching for exoplanets around bright nearby stars. Which answer completes this space fact? The habitable zone is the range around a star where could exist on a suitable planet surface. Correct. Liquid water. The habitable zone is the range around a star where liquid water could exist on a suitable planet surface. True or false? The transit method defines X by the slight dimming of a star when a planet passes in front. True. The transit method finds exoplanets by the slight dimming of a star when a planet passes in front. No choices. What answer completes this fact? The radial velocity method detects exo through the star's small. Correct. Wobble. The radial velocity method detects exoplanets through the star's small wobble. For exoplanets, the clue is often the method. Dips in starlight, tiny orbital zone. Use the NASA visual and clue. A hot Jupiter is a giant gas exoplanet orbiting very close to its star. Correct. Gas giant close to its star. A hot Jupiter is a giant gas exoplanet orbiting very close to its star. Which answer completes this space fact? A super-Earth is an exoplanet than Earth, but smaller than ice giant. Correct. More massive. A super-Earth is an exoplanet more massive than Earth, but smaller than ice giants. True or false? A mini-Neptune is an exoplanet smaller than Neptune and often with a thick atmosphere. True. A mini-Neptune is an exoplanet smaller than Neptune and often with a thick atmosphere. Use the NASA visual and clue. B is a famous exoplanet. Correct. Hot Jupiter. B is a famous hot Jupiter exoplanet. Which answer completes this space fact? HD-B is a famous exoplanet studied through S. Correct. Transit. HD 2948b is a famous exoplanet studied through transits. No choices. HD 1T9733b is a gas giant very close to its star. Correct. Exoplanet. HD 1E nice giant exoplanet very close to its star. You made it through 100 space science questions. Was your score brain, luck, or both? Comment your score and subscribe to Brain or Luck for the next challenge.